Hello, I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking for Finextra TV at Sibos 2023 in Toronto, and I'm talking to Tsvetanka Nankova of DEUTSCHE Bank. Tsvetanka, welcome.
Thank you, Debbie.
We're here at Sibos. It's rather noisy at the moment, but that's a good thing. And the theme this year is collaborative finance in a fragmented world. So what do you think are the key drivers towards this fragmentation?
Thank you, Debbie. It's an excellent question. I would probably classify the drivers into two core themes. The first one is change in the global operating environment following a period of relative stability, and the second one would be lack of standardization when it comes to financial processes, but also sustainability. When it comes to the change in the global operating environment, it is important to acknowledge that the world is becoming ever more complex on the back of widespread inflationary pressures, but also rising interest rates in an economic slowdown. Additionally, geopolitical tensions, shifting of balance of economic power to the east, the formation of new trade alliances, shifting in supply chains, also manufacturing, and last but not least, visible climate change and potential scarcity of natural resources, and further focus on ESG. When it comes to the lack of standardization in financial processes, I guess I would call out a couple themes. The first one is the evolving regulations, specifically when it comes to fraud, cybersecurity, but also KYC and AML. These are driving fragmentation across the industry because banks have a different understanding, different risk appetite of these. Additionally, as we enact on an era of supporting a shift to net zero, we're dealing with new ESG regulations which are being spelled out as we speak by regulatory bodies globally. These also remain significantly unaligned.
Do you know, I'm listening to you with my mouth open. That is so much to take in and so much that is happening. So in this background of fragmentation, where do you see the areas of focus for transaction banking, and also are you seeing opportunities as well?
Okay, thank you. Another excellent question. So when it comes to the high focus, high priority areas in transaction banking, I believe, and not in order of importance, I believe it's absolutely important to continuously focus on the enhancement of market infrastructure, but also market infrastructure interoperability, operational efficiency, the digitalization of information, cybersecurity, digital identity, privacy. Those will all continue to be top of our mind going forward. In terms of where the second part of your question and where do the opportunities lie, in my view, everywhere. Despite the fact that the global operating environment is changing, it is important to acknowledge that the transaction banking industry remains absolutely vital to the global economy. The COVID pandemic, as well as some of the geopolitical tensions we have experienced during the past few years, may have slowed down or contributed to a slowdown in globalization. However, one thing remains true. The world continues to source, produce, trade, and live globally. And that creates opportunity within the cash management space, within the cross-border payment services space, but also trade finance and lending. Additionally, other areas such as digital assets custody, but also just the front-to-back change in clients' operating models in terms of how they manage their treasury and also how they distribute their products creates opportunities in areas such as security services, cash management, and treasury solutions.
And it's good to hear your positivity about the opportunities as well.
Yeah.
Now let's get on to collaborative finance. What is DEUTSCHE Bank doing in the wider community to make this a reality?
So I'll probably take correspondent banking as an example, because I believe that specific industry has gone through a lot of change in the past few years on the back of customer demands for more speed and efficiency, but also regulatory demands for lower price for end users, also the enforcement of sanctions and KYC regulations, and last but not least, competitors such as fintechs, which have entered our space and have been able to deliver instant payments in the retail space. So continuing to shape the future of correspondent banking, which is a collective industry, requires a collective effort. In my view, having an aligned understanding of regulations will be critical, and we can achieve that via industry forums and groups such as the Wolfsburg Group. Additionally, fostering collaboration in non-compete areas, such as the SWIFT KYC registry, is another area that we have continuously focused on as Deutsche Bank. Encouraging collaborative initiatives such as ISO 20022, which we have collectively delivered on, additionally SWIFT GPI, SWIFT Go, as a way to respond to customer demands, and again a changing industry, is something that we have absolutely focused on and will continue to support going forward as Deutsche Bank.
Great, thank you, Tsvetanka. Now let's look at technology. We often hear about it driving efficiency, but in your space, how do you see it driving efficiency as well as interconnectivity?
I mean, I think technology remains absolutely critical, and we've just seen so much development in the past few years, but maybe just to call out a couple. AI, from my point of view, cloud, blockchain, central bank digital currencies will continue to be top of our mind and something that we'll need to keep an open mind on. So when it comes to AI, the increasing application of AI will drive better automation of controls, will improve controls as well, and that will drive further better risk management. When it comes to the use of cloud technologies, also the exponential use of data recently, that will drive better and also faster decision-making processes. Again, operational efficiency, reduction in costs. So I think that's highly critical. Keeping an open mind with regards to blockchain, and specifically blockchain settlement of cross-border transactions, but also central bank digital currencies and what impact they will have on the wholesale banking and interbank market, I think is also highly important. But let me end on a slightly different note. In my view, the global transaction banking business is actually a people's business, and it is absolutely great to be here at Sibos and see again a ton of colleagues, friends, competitors. The vibe is excellent. We should not underestimate the power of people to actually connect the world and really establish bridges across institutions globally.
What a beautiful way to end, Tsvetanka, the power of the people for interconnectivity. Lovely to talk to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie. Truly enjoyed it.